What's going on, guys? Chinese Guy here. In this video I will be continuing with my World War II Battlefield series, in which I basically talk about some ideas for a World War II Battlefield game. Today I will be talking about the guns and specifically the carbine weapon category. So as I have mentioned previously in my last video, the things that I will talk about are in no way confirmed nor factual. These are just some concept ideas for DICE to take a look at, and seeing the community really wanting a World War II Battlefield game, I wanted to create a series of videos dedicated to this topic. I want we as the fans to let our imagination run wild, come up with crazy new ideas, and maybe, just maybe, DICE developers will somehow come across the video and our ideas might actually become a reality. But really, for the most part, let's just have some fun. And in the future, if you guys do find yourself to enjoy these types of videos, I don't just have to talk about a World War II shooter. I can talk about anything from a futuristic 2143 Battlefield game, a Bad Company 3, a Battlefield Vietnam, or even ideas for a Battlefield 5. But anyways, back on to topic, let's talk about World War II carbines. So a fellow subscriber of mine and a friend of mine on Battlelog who goes by Waffen created this detailed list of weapons and vehicles for a World War II Battlefield game a few months back. He contacted me to make a video a while ago about it, and I finally found time. I've taken the list, shortened it down, tweaked it, and also added a few items to hopefully make it better. But without his help, these videos would not be possible. So if you do want to check out the original list that he made or his Twitter, I will have a link down below to both of them. As I have said in part 1 of this video series, which if you didn't watch yet, make sure to check it out. Again, links down below, but in part 1 I basically suggested that the game will have a total of 4 factions: Nazi Germany, Japan, the United States, and the Soviet Union. For balance and gameplay reasons, I suggested that the carbines be in the assault or the medic class. This way it will still give the class the best guns in the game, but also making the category of PDWs or SMGs available to all the classes for close quarter combat. The list of weapons also includes a few prototype guns which were technically still on drawing boards or being tested, and they never really made it into military service. I just thought it was still important to keep them in to spice up the selection. Each of the 4 factions will include weapons which originated from the original country itself, but also weapons from surrounding countries and from its ally countries. I would love to see the next Battlefield game feature a few faction locked weapons like in Battlefield 3. The guns would only be locked until the player has reached a certain amount of kills with it or reached a certain level. It would make for leveling up your player that much more fun, and I don't think it'll be a lot of work for DICE themselves. In real life, I believe what is considered a carbine is a rifle with a barrel length of under 20 inches. Anything above that I think is considered a normal rifle, but I'm not too sure though, since I'm no gun expert. Make sure to correct me if I'm wrong. But for intent and purposes, what I considered a carbine is a gun that during World War II was also classified as a carbine. It can be a bolt action, a semi-automatic, or even fully automatic. This class of guns should be the most effective at medium to shorter ranges, and it should be the most powerful weapon class overall. The carbines will also act as mostly the infantry rifles of World War II mixed in with a few automatic guns. So the first faction on the list is Germany, and we have the STG-44, which is technically an assault rifle, but as I have said in my previous video, because since it is the only assault rifle, let's just put it in the carbine category to make our lives easier. It has a fire rate of 550 rounds per minute to 600 rounds per minute and a standard magazine size of 30. Next is the MKB-42, which is a similar predecessor to the previously mentioned STG-44. Looks wise, they are really similar, but I'm sure DICE can tweak some of its stats to make it stand out differently from the STG-44. Then there's the FG-42. Now, depending on the variant, either the 1 or the 2, it had a fire rate of 900 rounds per minute or 600 rounds per minute. It was specifically designed for the airborne infantry to use during 1942 for Nazi Germany. So I'm thinking this gun to be some sort of high fire rate, high recoil weapon, similar to the AEK in Battlefield 3 and 4. From the Czech Republic, we have the G33/40 or the VZ33 bolt action service rifle. Nothing too special about it. It is a bolt action, so maybe we can have a 2-shot kill. Then we have the VG15. Now, this rifle was designed during the last months of World War II and was nicknamed the People's Assault Rifle. It was semi-automatic, and just like the STG-44, it has a 30-round magazine. And lastly, from the Nazi party, we have the Austrian M95 Steyr carbine. It is another bolt-action rifle, and in real life, it was used during World War II as a second-line rifle for the reserves. Moving on, let's talk about the Soviet Union. There are primarily two rifles, the Mosin-Nagin M38, which was a carbine based on the design of the M1891, and it was designed as a sort of backup rifle. It is a bolt action, and so is the next gun, which is the Mosin-Nagin M44. This gun replaced the M38 as it was more superior in features. The M38 could not actually house a bayonet, but the M44 could. Personally, I think the Soviet Union is lacking in a few rifles. Maybe if you guys know some carbines during World War II used by the Soviet Union, you can leave some suggestions down below. Moving on, we have the United States. First on the list is the M1 carbine. This is a rifle that became the standard firearm for the United States military during World War II and beyond. The M1 carbine was a semi-automatic, but the M2 carbine was fully automatic, so maybe we can have both variants in the game. Next is the M1947 Johnson Auto carbine. Now, this is actually a rifle that never passed the prototype stage. Only 5 were produced and only 1 made it into service. It is quite a rare gun in real life, but hopefully guys can do something cool with it. From France, we have the Daly's carbine, which is a short barrel bolt action rifle with a built-in suppressor. The negatives of this rifle is that it fires the .45 ACP round, which is what some modern pistols use. It might lack that punch, but maybe it can make up for it because it is so stealthy. Also from France is the Berthier M1916. Sorry if I mispronounced it, I'm not exactly too sure how to pronounce that word, but it is a very old rifle and it has been used since the late 1800s. It supports a 5-round magazine and it is a bolt action. Moving on to the last faction, we have Imperial Japan, of course. There's 2 rifles like the Soviet Union. They have the Type 38, and this was the standard infantry rifle for the Japanese. It is a bolt action and it also houses a 5-round magazine just like the M1916. Then there's also the Type 44. This is a successor or replacement for the Type 38 and it features a foldable bayonet. Maybe that can be a special feature of the gun where we have a foldable bayonet which doesn't cost any attachment slots. So that about wraps it up for this World War II battlefield carbines for the 4 factions. Again guys, this is just a made up list and you can check out the original made by Waffen. At this point, we only know that the 2016 Battlefield is currently in development. EA said that they already have a playable build of the game internally, but there isn't any actual information or confirmation of the theme just yet. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the concept video. Thanks for watching, give me a like and stay tuned for part 3 of this series. Peace out guys.